I believe that everything depends on the choices that will be made by the government of Israel in the coming days. And it is very clear today that we cannot let the situation continue. The humanitarian blockade is creating a situation that is untenable on the ground. A few weeks ago, I was able to go to the border. By going with President Sisi to the region, I saw both the distress of the wounded who were being treated by Egyptian hospitals and who had been able to leave during the period of ceasefire that had been offered for a few weeks. Since the beginning of March, I remind you, it is over, and I was also able to see all the humanitarian aid that was stored there, coming from all over the world and blocked by the Israeli army. This situation is not acceptable, and today it is essential to provide water, food, and medicine to allow the wounded to be evacuated, which is a priority. And so, if there is no response that meets the humanitarian situation in the coming hours and days, obviously, we will have to toughen our collective position and, in any case, apply the rules that we have set for ourselves. That is, put an end to processes that require respect for human rights, which is not what has been happening today.
I could never understand how this simple truth evades the leaders of France, Britain, Canada, and others. They're now proposing to establish a Palestinian state and reward these murderers with the ultimate prize. Well, for 18 years, we had a de facto Palestinian state. It's called Gaza. And what did we get? Peace? No. We got the most savage slaughter of Jews since the Holocaust. You won't be surprised to learn that Hamas thanked President Macron and Prime Ministers Starmer and Carney for demanding that Israel end its war in Gaza immediately. Hamas was right to thank them, because by issuing their demand, replete with a threat of sanctions against Israel, not Hamas, these three leaders effectively said they want Hamas to remain in power. They want Israel to stand down and accept that Hamas's army of mass murderers will survive, rebuild, and repeat the October 7th massacre again and again and again, because that's what Hamas has vowed to do. I say to President Macron, Prime Minister Carney, and Prime Minister Starmer, when mass murderers, rapists, baby killers, and kidnappers thank you, you're on the wrong side of justice. You're on the wrong side of humanity. And you're on the wrong side of history. Now, these leaders may think that they're advancing peace. They're not. They're emboldening Hamas to continue fighting forever. And they give them hope to establish a second Palestinian state, from which Hamas will again seek to destroy the Jewish state. And mind you, it's not going to be a state free of Hamas. When you establish a Palestinian state, we've seen it. The radicals take over. Iran sends them in, and they take over. So don't give us this talk. It'll be a peaceful Palestinian